need my 15-minute Calendly link. All right, we are live. Let's do this. All right, we're back to back today, so no countdown timer. We're just going from call to call, Jade. Saturday morning. Oh, geez, we do some crazy stuff, don't we? Right? Yeah. This is what happens, though, when you're on fire and obsessed and you just love what you do in this space. You make some crazy sacrifices. And sometimes the family is the impact of that sacrifice, but at the end of the day, it's why we're doing it too, right? It's sometimes, our loved ones don't see that part. Sometimes they just see us working away, grinding away, and until we bring some intentionality and some purpose, and once again, I think marketing is just a reflection of life. And marriage and relationships and couples and parenting and the whole lot. And what we need to do as marketers is not just share the highlight reel all the time. And we need to talk about the real shit. We need to talk about the leadership side of the conversation. Because I know that probably the biggest thing that I can reflect on this last 16 years around this whole space has helped me to step up and become a better leader. Hang on, what happened there? It's the wrong button. And really coming to that space of learning to grow and mature, to be able to be that leader that I wish that I had, to be able to be that leader that I know my people need, but more importantly, to be that leader that helps me to be a better person, to be a better husband, to be a better father, to be a better friend, to be a better mentor, to be a better coach, in that space. And, when we get into this space, especially network marketing, right? A lot of people come into it because they're attracted to the product, they're attracted to the opportunity, they're attracted to the possibility, they're attracted to the big money, the dream. But you either stay, I think most people stay for one reason. If you've been sold a lie and your expectations are around, look, this is going to be easy and all of that sort of thing. Well, for starters, I'm going to take ownership of that. And I know that's probably indirect ownership, but I know our industry has manipulated a lot of people. I know our industry has sold a big, sexy, attractive lie to a lot of people and set them up to failure. But the people who stay in this space and people who get past that lie fall in love with this industry and become obsessed with this space. Like, drop a hell yes in the comment if you're obsessed with network marketing, affiliate marketing, the idea of making money online. Like, there's a reason why I've been doing this for 16 years, trying to figure this grind out, and there's a reason why I've had a lot of success and failed miserably. And to that space where you're in the fetal position, there's a reason why when I built a very successful business before COVID and lost it overnight, that I'm still back here. Because the person that it has forced me to become. It's intentional growth, right, Jade? And I suppose let's just quickly get real here for a second. What is your big personal why that you're showing up here today with me at 7 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, getting up at 6 o'clock to be on another call with a client? Like, why do you do this crazy shit? Well, I think you got to be crazy. I think you got to be a misfit to really do this, to like do it, go all in, right? Jade, what's your personal why?
Oh, look, you know what? There's the bigger picture here, and I think you touched on that with, is showing up just for yourself, and not just for yourself, but for everybody else. And it's slowly creating that impact, right? If you're, I could have easily stayed in bed this morning, super tired, but here I am still showing up, still here. And, it's, I'm just trying to think of that word, it's not coming to me straight away, but, it's commitment, right?
Purpose.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's integrity.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think we've been on a really big integrity shift this week with, what we did with, yesterday morning with Joseph McClendon and Malcolm Jamal Warner, right? Getting into straight away into some of the best performance and transformation coaching in the world, and we were there with 20 other people in a virtual room to be able to listen and be a sponge at the feet of masters. Like, I actually didn't know Joseph McClendon's 71 years old. Like, he's been doing this for over 4 decades. And
doesn't look
to
a
be
day
able to,
over bloody 40.
no, 50 max. Like, he still looks like a spring chicken. But hey, that says something about itself, right?
Yeah.
And so we can either grow like graceful, sweet, beautiful wine, or we can grow like bitter, sour vinegar. And I think the wine people are the ones who are living life on purpose, living life with intentionality, living life, with impact and legacy and servanthood and leadership and influence and all of that in mind. I think, the majority of the world is sadly walking around blind with their eyes closed and caught up in the conditioning of the drama cycle to help them to stay small for whatever reason. But like, I look at 2 really powerful examples, right? I look at Joseph, and then I look at some of my family members. Now, I'm not going to mention names because I'll probably get offended, but I look at some of my family members who are aging right now, and man, they're just hard to be around. Like, it's exhausting. It takes everything you need in your room to be in the same room as these people, as my beautiful family. But
you're gonna get yourself in the shit here, Jeff.
Probably, yeah. You know what? I don't care, right? I'm over caring like what other people think about me. And the truth here is we all have EGRs, extra grace required type people, right? And that's the thing, right? That's what I'm coming back here to, full circle to get myself out of shit and come back around is love, right? Love is a sacrifice. Love is messy. Love is a cost. And some people add value to our lives, and they add light, hope, and joy and love to our lives, and they fill our tank up. And we just want to be around those people all day long, every day. And then quite a few people, extra EGRs, extra grace required, like that's to stay in that staying room, to stay in that space, to get frustrated, to allow you to get frustrated, to have opportunities to forgive each other and do the messy life and do the hard. Like, that's love too.
Yeah.
To stay in that space. And a lot of us all about getting offended and getting upset and whatnot, because we're all in that hard space of hate. Right. And I think there's some valuable lessons just in this conversation right now as well. Is this, for me, if I reflect 15 years ago, I was in a dark space. I was in a hard space. And I'm very grateful for those people like my beautiful wife, Sarah, who stayed with me through that process, who did that hard, messy sacrifice, that version of love to help me see me through it. Because if they didn't, I probably still wouldn't be here. I know I wouldn't be here. I didn't feel like I belonged anywhere. And I intentionally pushed people away because I was afraid of hurting them. And so there's it's toxic. It destroys us.
Yeah.
And so coming back around to full circle around this conversation with Make It Matters membership, with what we sat down in Joseph McClendon's, he was talking about procrastination as a dream killer, right? But I feel like for me, like back then, procrastination was just the starting point of that dream killer. And, the hard part about it all, if you stay in that space and you stay in that blame, excuse, and denial, you become a very bitter person. And you become someone who just lashes out and pushes people away. And I think there are a lot of people in this space in our world that do that for that reason, right? It's a defense mechanism, not justifying
Absolutely.
abuse in any way, shape, or form. But it's, for me, that's what it was. It was defense.
Yeah.
But I was and still am sometimes a verbally abusive asshole. I'm not proud of the fact. I'll own it.
Yeah. I think we all have moments like that, right? You know, and I think one of the biggest things here, if you're not living a purposeful life, then you are sitting in that shit, right?
Mm.
And that shit consumes you, and then you have all those feelings of that anger, that guilt, that shame, that turmoil inside,
The emotions,
and
right?
it portrays through everything you do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
If you're not happy
Yes.
with your life, yeah, it's going to come out.
Yeah. So, hey, thank you for everyone who's watching us, just to give us that first 10 minutes there to get raw and real. And yeah, there's intentionality behind that. It's storytelling. It's finding ways for you to connect with us and have that sense of belonging with us so you can relate with us. And, it's not just to share our dirty laundry and just go, oh, well, it was me. It's for us to get vulnerable, for us to get raw and real with you. So you go do the same thing. See,
Yeah.
leadership is influence. Influence is leadership. And the way that we influence people is through connection, through trust, through that relatability. Oh, they're like me. Oh, me too. See, so when you can market in this way and connect in this way and actually be a human first and a marketer second, go be a servanthood leader first and earn from that later. Like, it's a byproduct. When you get clarity on your purpose, when you get clarity on your why, and why, and not your own personal why to, oh, I need to pay the bills today to keep the roof over my head. The why that gets you up out of bed each day, that fires you up, that you love doing, that thing that you would do even if you didn't get paid for it, that type of why, that type of purpose is where you see this type of obsession. And I would go far as saying, to be successful in this space, you need to become obsessed with this space, on how you show up, why you show up, and who you show up for. That was unscripted. That was unplanned. I think that's probably one of the most valuable things that I've given here in this 30-day challenge so far. All right,
Absolutely.
let's get into this, shall we? So we're up to stage 4 of the customer value journey. So day 9 of our 30-day challenge. And so the theme of today's discussion is talking about how to turn interest into income, turning warm leads into paying customers. And I think what we just did there, Jade, was absolutely brilliant to open up today's conversation and set the stage, right?
Absolutely.
And we're also going to talk about a really great product to help us to do crazy things and get up early in the morning and help us to increase our energy and focus and performance. I think we already did that. Actually, I know we already did. The Make It Matters membership. If you want to get this right, you need to be a part of the Make It Matters membership with Joseph. There's not too many products out there, I say, that like you need to be a part of it. Like, you have to be a part of it. If you're looking to make 2025 your best productive, year, like, come on, guys, don't hold back. Like, it's less than a cup of coffee a day. If you want something bad enough, you'll figure it out. You'll make it work. You'll go make
100%.
a sale to go pay for it. Like, go get into it. Like, what are you holding back?
That's right.
Why are you holding back? Share your story like we just did. Connect with people. Get into massive action. And then the key to all of this is show up with intentionality, show up with purpose, and show up consistently, day in, day out. Don't give up. Because the people that you all see successful are the ones who go through the grind, because it is a grind. We get to choose our hard,
Yeah.
and we get to be here, and it's our absolute privilege and blessing, and we thank you for plugging in and giving us the space to be able to serve you. So I appreciate you. Jade, thanks for that little intro, champion. I'll get into today's training and let's rock and roll. All right. So, Legends, we've built awareness, we've sparked engagement, we're inviting people into this space, we're building community. Like yesterday, it was all about subscribe, right? Talking about building our list, talking about building our conversation space, talking about bringing people into our circle of influence, into our community, so we can build relationship and connection with them. Now, let's talk about conversions. Marketing starts the conversation, but the actual transactional piece of this, the actual sale, that happens after the invite. We talked about starting the conversation. Don't be a tool, use the tools, and bring people now to the invite. So that's where we're going to pack up today. So for starters, part of this whole consistency conversation and doing why we do it, putting up content to serve, to create massive awareness, to build engagement. Don't post and ghost. It's the worst thing you can do. Make sure when you post something, people start engaging with you. You strike when the iron's hot. You get into those comments and you start building curiosity. You start building connections. You start looking for ways to start the conversation, to take it to a private place. You don't convert people with tools. I say don't be a tool. Use the tool, right? The tool is a way to help you to streamline this process. But what you're actually converting people with is your tool needs to be a tool that is building trust, that it's building reassurance, that it's building simplicity. It's creating clarity. Too many marketers just lead with, here's the tool, spam the link, pitch too early, because that's what they think they've got to do, right? The tool's purpose is to build that sense of belonging. It's to build that sense of clarity. It's to build that sense of simplicity. It's to help people get out of their own way. As a marketer, it's to help you to get out of your own way. But the person on the other end of that tool is to help them get out of their own way. To make it so simple that they can get all of the logical answers to their questions. Yeah. The best marketers, they lead with belief. The best marketers in the world are hope bringers, are belief bringers, are joy bringers, are love bringers, because we help our people feel understood. When people feel understood, they feel heard, they feel seen, they feel known, they feel loved. And we do this as a really great tool to do this is through storytelling, to help you to get that impact. Oh, that me too. Oh, you've been there. Oh, I must be able to see myself through your journey. This is why I say your story is not yours to keep. It's an injustice if you do. You need to share your story with your people. And what this actually does, through that sense of trust, through that sense of belonging, it helps you to create that space where you earn the right to invite. See, if we do all of our hard work by building trust and all that sort of thing, but a lot of us, what we then forget is we get up in our own head because we think we're actually getting into that salesy piece, and we don't do the invitation piece. See, if you're going to say, hey, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, then yeah, I can understand that. But if you're in this space and you're really genuinely here to serve and connect and build belonging and build community and build trust, and then you don't invite people into the next part of the journey, like, aren't you robbing people of the decision to say yes or no to you? Like, isn't that an injustice? You're not asking the questions because you're not brave and confident enough to, because you're all worried about what other people think about you. Like, look what I just did there at the beginning of this session. The reason I shared my heart in such a vulnerable way is because I don't care what you think about me. I'm not attached to that opinion. I'm attached to service. I'm attached to leadership. I'm attached to helping you be empowered and equipped for you to step up and go do the same thing. To be raw, to be vulnerable, to be authentic. Because I know that that's where, when people get out of their own way, we can build trust, and then that gives us permission to earn the right to invite people to the next stage. Here are 3 expert conversion truths. My good friend, Dr. Joseph McClendon, he would say that the invitation is everything. Sales is about energy. It's a transfer of energy and the invitation. Energy plus invitation. Energy plus invitation. It's the law of magnetism. You get two magnets together. What happens when you put them together the right way? They connect. And a lot of us, what we don't realize that we're doing is the way that we're doing is actually repelling people. So we need to figure out the solutions on how do we connect with people. This is why it's called attraction marketing. To bring people together, the connection starts there. Energy and invitation. Once you have the connection, we need to then move to the next space as one. You know, one person, one mind, one heart, one spirit. Let's do this together. That's where true community and belonging is built. Your posture and your presence matter more than your pitch. People don't, what's the saying? You can't say the wrong thing to the right person. You can't say the right thing to you can't say the right thing to the wrong person. And you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. If you're delivering it with such energy, passion, and confidence, you can make mistakes, but as long as you own them as well, that person's going to forgive you because they're going to be connected to you, because they're going to be attracted to you because they want your presence, your energy in their lives. People mirror your belief in your confidence. If you don't believe in yourself, if you don't believe in the company that you're representing, if you don't believe in the product that you're representing, if you don't believe what you're doing is for the greater good, and you haven't got those 4 levels of belief at 100%, how can you promote or sell anything? How can you be confident about anything? See, this is the number one head thing that trips people up, because they don't believe in themselves 100%. They don't believe in the product. You know, so when you can come from a heart space of mission and purpose and intention, and it's about your mission and it's bigger than you, it's about movement, it's about legacy, you get yourself out of your own way. Invite them to a better future. Don't just drop links and hope. The whole conversation needs to be an enrollment conversation. It's an invitation. When you can sell from this space, from influence, from compulsion, because of your belief and your confidence, sales will start happening for you. The end byproduct is leadership. The end byproduct is influence. And people will want to come do business with you because you're helping them to get a better future. You see the reason why it's not about the money. It's about the impact. It's about the result. It's about the transformation. You know, Dan Kennedy will talk about you don't need more traffic. You need better conversations. Conversations equals conversions. So if you're not making this work for you, you've got to sit back and ask yourself, if you can bring people to the table and you can start a conversation, but it's not converting, well, then you need to learn to ask better questions. You need to learn to have better conversations. So by the idea of the customer value journey is what it does is it starts to pinpoint the area you need to work on. It starts to highlight your strengths and what you're great at. And it also starts to highlight your weaknesses, your weak spots in the system. And then that's where you go focus your attention. That's where you go focus your skill building and up leveling. And so it starts to help you to bring some intentionality to help you to go seek the right answers, to go get the right coaching, right? And this is why our Laptop Lifestyle Dads Academy works well, because it taps on all areas of this space. But then what actually happens at the end of the academy is an invitation into our 12-month mentoring program, where we get to help you to build and dial in your customer value journey. And through, as a mentor and a coach here, that blueprint highlights the areas that we need to focus our attention on. And we go build that together over a 12-month period. See, you don't close people. We coach people into clarity. It's always about clarity. It's always about transformation. And we meet people where they're at on their journey. When you can do that, you're going to have better conversations. You're going to meet people where they're at. It's going to be all about them. It's going to be all about purpose and intentionality to lead people to a better future. And we do that by coaching them to clarity. Our job as marketers and sales is full stop is that. Our job, our responsibility, our ownership is about helping people to see a better future. And then it's about guiding people to that next step to get that clarity. That's it. We overcomplicate this. We make it too messy. When we simplify it to that purest form, that's where traction happens. That's where results happens. That's where dreams are made. That's where purpose life happens. Russell Brunson talks about let the funnel do the lifting, heavy lifting. You know, you hear me talk about all the time, don't be a tool, use the tool. I think I need to get that on a shirt with a caffeinated kangaroo logo. That'd be a pretty cool product, yeah. Use the tools. And if you haven't got the tools, go build the tools. But in the network marketing, the affiliate marketing industry, this is why I'd say it's the easiest way to make money online, is because the owners of the companies, the vendors, the corporate teams have built a lot of tools for us. See, as a top network marketer, my biggest struggling point when I was in that Sucksville point of view was I used to think I used to have to do everything. I used to think I had to do all the sales. I over talked. I word vomited all over people. When people asked me questions, I'd answer their questions, and then I'd give them another big pitch at the end of them to try and manipulate them, to get them to, I was trying to sell them. Put your hand up, drop a 1 in the comments if you're relating to that right now. I get it. Everybody comes into this space attracted to the products, attracted to the opportunities, and go, oh, fuck. Now I need to learn how to do this thing called business. Now I need to learn how to do this thing called life. Oh, shit. Now I've got to learn these skills around attraction marketing, organic marketing, email marketing, Facebook ads, social media. It gets very overwhelming, doesn't it? Transformation is messy. Going from 0 to 10K will ever be the hardest transformation you ever go through because you need to do some internal work as well, some belief work. But you also in this space got to stop realizing you're not the tool. Use the tools, use funnels, use videos, use teasers, use opportunity calls, use presentations. Don't be a tool, use the tool. Our job is to create curiosity. Our job is to create connection. Our job is to create community and belonging. Our job is to invite people into the next stage. Invite them to the tool. Check the tool out. Come with me. Partner with me. Explore this with me. And let your conversion system, your tool, do the explaining, do the sales for you, do the heavy lifting for you. Our job is to build trust and confidence and belief, and the tool does the logical explanation piece. When we focus on creating connection and then direct them to the system through our influence and leadership, that's where the magic happens. Doesn't matter whether it's affiliate marketing, service-based marketing, network marketing, whatever it is. When you do that pattern, the magic and the sales happen. Affiliate marketing works because you just need to point people to the party, not run the whole show. This is why I say it's the easiest way to make money online. It's the fastest way to make money online. You got to start thinking about, okay, I'm an ambassador for XYZ company. My job, all it is to do is to excite people to come to the party and invite them to the party. I don't have to run the party. That's Earth Food's responsibility. That's Life FX responsibility. That's the Laptop Lifestyle Dad's responsibility. That's the Shopley responsibility. That's the Amari. That's the Dream Trips. That's the Juice Plus responsibility. All my responsibility as networkers is to build connections, is to build community, is to build belonging, is influence people and lead people and invite them to the party. Pretty simple, right? Don't be a tool. Use the tools. And this is the best way I love to convert. And I convert mainly off the back of conversations. I mainly convert off the back of tools. See, when you get this happening in the beauty of affiliate marketing, right, is the funnel's built. Like the sales page is built. The page is, there to educate and inform and talk about the products and the opportunities and all that. The proof is there with testimonies and custom, like the sense of belonging around that product is there for you. All we need to do is invite people through the back of our trust and our influence and have a conversation with them. So let's talk about what converts. Let's talk about the conversations around help us to convert, to lead people to think. Well, real results convert. Simple messaging converts. Personal connection converts. That's just a quick summary of what we've just talked about today. What doesn't convert? I'd love to know what you think doesn't convert and what does convert in the comments. But for me, what doesn't convert, and I've had to learn the hard way around, is sales copy that is really salesy. Paste and spam. The whole copy and steal everything, the case theory. Just doing it for the sake of doing it because your person said to go do it. Going through a script that's not personalized, that doesn't help people. All scripts do, is they help you to get you out of your own head a bit and start to see the system clearly. And then so they're valuable in that way to do the education piece from a sales teaching piece. But when you're on the other end of a script, my question for you is, you can see a script a mile away. You can see the intention a mile away. You can see the purpose of what they want from a mile away. When you're on the other end of a script or on the end of a pitch, do you feel seen? Do you feel heard? Do you feel known? Do you feel understood? I can tell you probably the answer to that is probably no. But when I sit back and I slow it down and I find a way to have a heart connection with you, when I find a way to ask great questions to help us to swap stories and get to know each other in a me too factor, the opposite's true, right? So cold pitches don't work. Generic pitches about products don't work. Sales copy and paste and spam does not work. Real connection, helping people to feel seen, heard, known, and loved, understood, works. How do we do that? Well, the only way I know how to do that is on the back of a conversation. I can use sales pages and funnels, and I can come up with some pretty good copy to help me to do that through posts and whatnot, to bring a massive awareness, to hook people in, to start the engagement. But to really convert, I can use all those things to bring you to me. But really, it's about, let's get on a call and have a conversation. I can point you to the right direction and say, here's the link and go check it out for yourself. And that does convert probably 3, maybe 5% of the time. But I know where the real sort of, conversions that, 50% of the time happens on the back of a conversation. See, people don't buy products. They buy outcomes. They buy results. They buy transformation. I would even go far as saying in today's world, we live in a space where knowledge is worth $0. So you're not buying knowledge here. You're buying transformation. You're buying results. You're buying connection. You're buying belonging. You're buying experience. You're buying wisdom. You're buying mentorship. And your products will either help serve one of those core needs. Your products, whatever it is you're leading people to, will help people get a better future for them. You see, people buy transformation. They buy from that space where you lead them to, off the back of the invitation. So let's talk about LifeFX as our product of the day. Here I basically, let me show you what I did here and how I could create a curiosity-based post to lead you to the conversation. And then then you could ask me questions in that conversation. I can answer your questions. And then in that, my conversion conversation is, what do you like best? And do you have any questions, or are you ready to get started? Those 2 conversion questions have made millions of dollars of sales. Once I've led people to the party, they go through the party, they go through the experience, they go through the tool, they go through the education process. My follow-up question is, what did you like best? Was it the opportunity, or was it the product? Was it the travel club, or was it the opportunity? Whatever it is, right? So it's an alternate close. What did you like best? And we'll do another whole big training on this in itself. But what did you like best? Tell me, what did you like best? I never ask, hey, what did you think? I never look for a way to ask for, tell me what they don't like. They can. But see, a great leader, a person of influence, will ask great questions. The best question I found to close people and to convert people is, tell me, what did you like best? And they're going to say, yeah, me too. And then you're going to say, yeah, me too. Remember, it's all about relation, connection, relatability. So relatability, resonate, connection. Me too. Hey, here's why I like that best. And you're going to find a story that mirrors to them, that helps to create possibility around future hope and love and joy and transformation. And in that story, they're going to see their decision-making made. They're going to make yeses. And so there's some NLP stuff that you can bring in here and into this conversation, and you can start to make micro commitments. Remember we talked about yesterday about micro commitments, getting them to say yes, 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 yes. So when we do ask this question, hey, have you got any questions? Or are you ready to get started? Hey, have you got any questions? Are you ready to go buy this product and find out for yourself? Hey, have you got any questions? Or are you ready to, grab X, Y, Z so you too can see these transformational results? That's the big question, right? And then it's our job as leaders to make it so simple. Cool. Awesome. Okay. So you're in. Great. Here's the link. Here's how you get started. Let me know once you're in, and then we can get started. Or if it's a product. Okay, here's the link. Hey, let me know when you get it, when it gets sent to your house. I'll show you the best way that I love to use it. And we go from there. So let me create a post here. I was playing around with this on our product of the day. And let me show you what I was doing here with AI to help me to build this out. So LifeFX. So let me share my screen. Here we go. All righty. All right. So where are we? Let's just go. I've got this posting up here before. So what I did, right, was I said to, as you can see, I've used AI to help me with my run sheet today. All right. So what are the main benefits of LifeFX living water, and what are the main results and benefits and results? So here we go. Top benefits of LifeFX. And this is why I reckon you should grab this product. And you can find this product on Shoply. So advanced cellular hydration. Hydrates at the cellular level to restore vitality and support energy. Cool. I need more energy. Oh, now I'm curious. Reduces oxidative stress. Acts as a powerful antioxidant that helps reduce inflammation and supports healthy aging. Well, I know I have chronic pain syndrome, and inflammation is probably the big thing that feeds that. So, now I'm interested. Boosts energy naturally. I'm a high achiever and I'm an entrepreneur, and one of the things that I know as a non-refundable resource is time and energy. So I'm always looking for ways to boost my energy. Strengthens immunity. Well, I can't afford to get sick. Can you? I've got people who rely on me. I've got kids who rely on me. I've got my beautiful wife who relies on me. And I'm not looking for, pharmaceutical products to help me to stay strong and healthy. Well, like we know with Earth Food, right? Our soil is dead because of a lot of chemicals and stuff that's in it. I think our bodies are a little bit the same, and LifeFX helps to, a bit like Earth Food, bring in the right products, the right things in our space to be able to get healthy cellular function. Increased mental clarity, brain hydration. Oh, that sounds cool. All right, so main results. User report here, better hydration and thirst satisfaction. So I've asked ChatGPT to do some research for me and help me to come from it from a results perspective. Reduces joint pain, improves skin health, better digestion, enhanced mood and cognitive function. Okay, cool. Now then, what I've done here is I've asked, okay, knowing my ideal target market, because I've been using Chatty for a while, so it knows my audience intimately, and this affiliate challenge that we're creating, help me create a profile for my target market that would be interested in exploring these benefits of LifeFX. So now I've copied and pasted that result here, and here we go. So now I'm matching up why. Now I'm matching it up to the who. All right, so customer avatar, and so I'm matching it up to my who as well, for my brand. And you could do the same thing for yours. So we've got a bit of a demographic. We've got the psychographics, leans into personal growth, investing in their wellness, look good, feel good, lead by example, especially as a parent, coach, or team builder. Pain points, so it's unpacking the pain points, the struggle, dream outcomes. Remember, we're all selling transformation, taking someone from a before state to an after state. So why LifeFX is a perfect fit. It's easy to explain. It's easy to share, solves common problems, fatigue, brain fog, sluggish in a natural way. No pills, no gimmicks, just premium water and powerful products. Works as well as a gateway product into affiliate marketing newbies. So it's already starting to talk about the affiliate challenge. It's great for sampling. It's great for storytelling. It's a great product of the product for content. And it's perfect for coaches or network marketers who want to lead by example. So messaging angles, it's even now starting to give me ideas. Feeling drained? This water changed my game. Hey, I swapped energy drinks for this and I'm never going back. I'm known as the caffeinated kangaroo and I drink a lot of coffee. Maybe I just need more LifeFX to get that same buzz. Here we go. Here's a yes me type post. Remember we talked about two-step yes me post? Tired and fuggy and running on fumes. Hey, I've been there. I found this game-changing hydration hack that helped me to get my spark back. Want to know what it is? Leading with curiosity, right? All right. So now I said, okay, using the frameworks of Story Brand by Donald Miller and Simon Sinek, Start With Why, help me create a story-based post to influence people to want to try life effects, I should say. Anyway, made a mistake for themselves and reach out to me to connect or to try it for themselves. Here's my link, or to explore this awesome product. My recommendation is to try this sample and see the effects for yourself. I can personally not live without my Life FX water now. Now I know the energy it gives me and helps me with my mental brain focus. These are the results I love from this amazing product. Okay, so here's my post that I'm actually going to put up here today as my implementation of this affiliate marketing challenge. You can choose your own product. I'm just choosing, Life FX because, hey, I am a product of the product. This is a product that's found on Shoply. It's shipped into Australia. It's an amazing product the reason I love it is energy. And, I was actually at the Gold Coast Shoply event, our first Shoply team event, and I met Zara, the owner of Life FX. And the story, people who know my story, I had a horror taxi ride experience the night before. I literally came to that event like off the fumes of a 1 hour sleep. And Zara could see that I was like dead dog tired. And she came up to me, she said, "What's going on, Jeff?" I told her the story and she said, "Right, I've got you. I'm going to give you a sample of this Life FX and you're going to take this throughout the whole day and it's going to keep you going." And it's like, I after about 2 hours of taking this amazing product, I had to come up to Zara and I said, "I can't believe it. Normally I would flake. Normally I would pack up and go home. Normally I would just probably be doing this, like nodding off. But this product, it's like I feel like I've had an intravenous drip of energy pumped into my system, and like talk about caffeinated kangaroo style. It's 10 times that, and this amazing product. Oh, by the way, it feels like my internal body's having like the best way I can describe it is a joygasm." And she goes, "Yeah, because your cells are getting hydrated." See, I didn't know that I was dehydrated, like at that cellular level. I drink a lot of water. I drink, about 5 liters a day to keep my water intake up. But I still didn't know that I was dehydrated at that cellular level. And until I actually started taking this is when I got a true energy hit. And I felt like, oh, and not just that, my brain focus and my clarity. I couldn't think of anything better to help me out with that. Most people like myself, I think it's caffeine. I need better sleep. I need another supplement. But the real game changer here wasn't just another pill or a potion or a protocol. It was water. But it wasn't just any water. It was Life FX. So, this here is an amazing product. I just need a couple of drops to put into my tap water, and I get the effects of that amazing energy that I just described to you. Here's a bit of the story, right? I was foggy, I fatigued, pushing through some willpower and coffee. I hit my mid wall. My brain felt like it was open on 37 tabs. Despite doing all the right things, my energy felt flat. I tried this, I've tried that. But hey, I tried this, Life FX, clearer thinking, more energy, real energy, better mood, less stress on my nervous system. So here's my question for you. What if your lack of energy isn't from overwork, but from an underhydration level at the cellular level? What if the reason you're not firing on all cylinders is because your body isn't absorbing the fuel it's already been giving? Life FX has changed that for me. And I'm not here to sell you. I'm here to say, try it for yourself. Your body will tell you everything you need to know. I'm not a scientist. I dropped out of school at year 9. I actually didn't really care how this product works or what's in this product. I know that I trusted the person who had my best interest that was going to give me the right product. And so I'm a type of person who goes through experience. I let the results speak for themselves. And then I get curious and then I want to know why does this product do what it does? And my beautiful wife, Sarah, she's got a science background and, she's been to university and all that space. And so I went to her, I said, why does this do what it does? You know, look, if I look at the ingredients, it's got distilled water. It's iconic crystalline minerals. Ionic crystalline minerals. And it says here, infused with unity and love. I love that. But like, it's distilled water, 97.5%. And then ionic crystalline minerals, 2.5%. That's all this product is. But it's obviously got something really, really cool about it that you can't get anywhere else. And that's through LifeFX. So, but, you know, seeing results of the heavy metals being stripped out of our water as well, you know, through other experiments. You know, you put some drops of this LifeFX stuff and you just leave it for 24 hours and you can see the residue of the heavy metal gunk at the bottom of it. And we're drinking that. We're putting that into our system. So I let results speak for themselves normally, and most people do as well. And hey, if you're curious about this, go try out the link. You know, Jade shared it in the comments for you, and try out a sample. Or hey, drop water me in the comments, and let's have a conversation around it. So here's my post for you today, and then you can start doing the same thing. So there's our affiliate marketing challenge for today. Today's challenge action steps is go post your curiosity-based invite. Share that in with the group so then we can get behind it and celebrate you and give you some boost on that engagement. Follow up with those people who engage with belief plus story plus the invitation, and then point them to the next piece of the puzzle, the conversion tool. Don't have a tool? Build the tool. Need help with that? That's what our Laptop Lifestyle Dads Academy does. We help you to build your brand. We help you to build the tools. We help you to leverage AI. Reach out to us. We'll get you plugged in and we'll be able to help you with that. Don't pitch to strangers. Build connection. Create conversation and guide them to the solution. It is as simple as that. Thank you very much for your time today. That's all we have for day 9 of our 30-day challenge. So simple, but yep, so effective. Let me just do if there's any quick Q&A here. And Jade, I think you are in the background there. Thank you, champion. I appreciate all your support and help. Just let me look through the comments here. What is the best way to connect with leads that are not on Facebook or Instagram? I have leads in my back office that I have never spoken to. Yeah, that's a great question, Joanne. And you've got to start nurturing them. You've got to start ways to find connection. You've got to start ways to build relationship and trust. So if they're an email list, reach out to them. Say, hey, thank you for, you know, Hey, I'm curious. Where did we connect? How did we connect? Like, what brought you into our community? Like, look for ways to start conversations. Look for ways to show people that you're genuinely curious and you're looking for an opening to get to meet them. It's a numbers game. But if you look for slow way to slow it down, build trust and belonging in community and relationship, your numbers will increase. Very hard to try and connect with emails on you know, that space and whatnot. But the best way to connect with people that are not on your Facebook or Instagram is to just the best way to do it is just look for ways to create curiosity, look for ways to serve them, look for ways to start a conversation. You could start doing some like market research. You could start doing some polls types things. You could start to do ways to create curiosity. You can send them an email to share your story. That's a great way to start. Hopefully that helped answer your question there. Cool. Yeah, no, it's not easy with emails. Emails are not a tool to try and convert. I would say emails are a tool to nurture. And emails are a tool to continue the conversation. Emails are a tool to continue to build trust. And yes, we can have call to actions at the emails, but you know, and lead people to the next piece of the puzzle. But I find the best way to convert people is off the back of a conversation. You know, I've done a lot of email marketing. I've had some success with it, but the most success that I've had in this space is lead people to a 10-minute conversation. Get on the phone, get on a call, get into DMs, that space. That's where I find works best today. Cool. Awesome. All right. Thank you very much for your time today, guys. We've got a little bit of overtime. Stay caffeinated, stay legendary. Go get your LifeX so you don't have to be caffeinated and you can still have the same effects as you would with 5 cups of coffee with just a few drops of LifeFX. See what I've done there? All right. Thanks for your time. See you next time. See you for day 10 of the 30-day Shoply Affiliate Challenge. Bye for now.